guys, Crypto User here. Just wanted to post a quick video about, so at the end of my last video I talked about how we thought that the SEC versus Ripple lawsuit got extended an extra month, and we got the ruling that yes, it did, and it looks like the extension is going to be until February 28th. So it's pretty unbelievable that we're getting another extension on this. It's like one day after another with, not really, wouldn't call it, really bad news, but it's just like, dude, we're just dragging it out. I think this case will get won by Ripple, but man, they are really dragging this case out. So I just wanted to, come on and just show you a couple tweets I saw today about the extension, and Gary Gensler said a couple things today that were very telling of what kind of person he is, and we all know. But I just wanted to run through this tweet, and then there's a reaction from Stuart Alderoty, who's the head of the legal counsel at Ripple. So I just want to give you this thread here. So this is Gary Gensler. Enforcement is one of the fundamental pillars achieving the SEC's mission. One pillar is the policy framework, the laws set by Congress and the rules enacted by the Commission. But you've also got to examine against the laws and rules and enforce those rules. And then he continues on here. Imagine a football game without referees, without fear of penalties. Teams start to break the rules. The game isn't fair, and maybe after a few minutes, it isn't even fun to watch. Without examination against the enforcement of our rules, we can't instill the trust necessary for our markets to thrive. Check out my remarks at the Securities Enforcement Forum, where I discuss some principles I have asked our enforcement division to consider as they investigate misconduct and make recommendations to the Commission. Now, Gary Gensler, Mr. Gary Gensler here, is trying to say, and even uses a clever analogy there that makes no sense. So he's trying to say that, you guys know the rules, and you should, and the rules of the game, and you shouldn't break them. And if you do, we are going to come after you, basically. Now, it's funny that he says that. Is there clear and concise regulation on crypto in the U.S. right now? Obviously not. Anybody that has a brain knows there's no clear regulations that can tell us if something is a security or not a security, if it is a commodity or a currency or whatever. There is nothing out there. It's like the Wild West, and we know it. And it's funny that this guy can actually say that the best way to go forward as the SEC is by enforcement. That is the most un-American thing I could think of. To be able to, not give clear and concise rules and then just go out and sue anybody you want and say that there are. It's just like we're living in a backwards world, guys. We're just living in an alternate universe, and Gary Gensler is this power-hungry, conniving little... I don't even want to get into it because it irks me so much. But it's just funny that he comes out and says this, and then Stuart Alderoty, who is like I said, he's the lead general counsel at Ripple, and he tweeted out this. My first reaction reading the speech, and he has this emoji of like, he's just in awe, like, really? And then he continues on with, in all seriousness, the football field with no referee analogy Chair Gensler insists on using is wrong. The truth is the SEC uses regulation by enforcement to create an uneven playing field and picks winners and losers according to opaque rules that they make up as they go along. His speech says a high-impact case pulls many other actors from the line. Does that sound like a regulation by enforcement to anyone else? The SEC intends that the mere filing of a case chills behavior, regardless of whether they are right on the law or the facts. Because after all, that's why the SEC plays the delay card and uses it to their advantage. So much for justice delayed is justice denied. How about publicly committing to moving the Ripple case as swiftly as possible without any more delays? So exactly what I would say. It's like they know there's no clear and concise rules. They know that they're just going to regulate by enforcement, and they're picking winners and losers. This is, like I said before, this is the most un-American thing you can do. There needs to be a level playing field here. You can't just pick winners and losers. You can't say Ether gets a free pass, and XRP is a security, and then, obviously down the line, you can say ADA is a security. You can see XLM is a security. You can say anything is a security. And, at the end here, it's pretty telling that Stuart Alderoty talks about how, what is the SEC doing in this case? I think they know they have a losing case, and they just keep trying to just make it last longer and longer, and then try to, extend the case, because at this point, that's the only card they have. When it comes to when it comes to the end of this case, the only way they can make a settlement and have power is if they just keep delaying this case as much as possible. Because what does that do to Ripple? That they lose business. They're losing millions of dollars in business in the U.S. by them just extending this case like this. So that, like, at the end there, this is their card right now. They're just going to keep extending as much as they can. And when it comes down to a settlement, they're going to be like, all right, you want to finish this case off, or they're going to try to get. So it's like when you have a settlement, it's like or when you're leading towards a settlement, each side is, kind of pulling their strings and being like, I'll do this, I have this. It's like they're kind of showing their muscle, and the only muscle that the SEC has is the extension of the case. Ripple has every other muscle in the case. They have the facts on their side, they have the law on their side. So it's like the only thing the SEC has is basically this extension thing where they can just keep drag this on as much as they want. So I think that's going to be the thing that the SEC is going to try to make its case on. I mean, they're doing a great job on it, obviously, already, because this is already dragged on to be almost a year and a month. This is last Christmas they started this case, and now it's January 12th. So it's just unbelievable. And so moving on, I just want to show you this other. So Bank XRP, which is a great follow on Twitter, if you guys don't follow him, but he posted this video. This was on Fox Business today. I'll just play the clip and then we'll talk about it after.
Omicron now this is interesting. Omicron has struck again. XRP has added more than 4% to its value over just the last 24 hours on news that proceedings in the Securities and Exchange Commission versus Ripple case will have to be pushed back now a month due to the spread of new COVID infections. To Charlie Gasparino with the latest breaking developments in the
we
case.
Can point out, this is
unbelievable.
This is a Fox Business report that moved that from Ellie Terrett, my producer, and I've been posting some stuff more recently. Our reporting has moved XRP. Here's what we know about this case. We were just asking simple questions. Where is it? People thought, early this year there would be some movement in the Ripple case versus the SEC. The SEC suing Ripple, the big technology company, over its XRP cryptocurrency, saying it's really a security that needs to be registered with the SEC. Ripple says no way, we're no different than Ethereum and Bitcoin. And this thing's going to be hashed out in court. It's probably the biggest crypto case out there. It's going to set the stage for SEC enforcement going forward, how much authority they have versus the CFTC. So keep an eye on this. But we were just asking simple questions, Lizzie. Where the hell is it? It's, okay, into January, where's the movement? We found out there was really no movement. And then we did a little digging. Here's what Ellie essentially came up with. Both the SEC and Ripple are asking the judge in this case, Judge Torres, a federal judge, to delay the case amid the COVID surge. They are having a hard time getting all the witnesses, and there's about 8 left of the 16 they want to depose, and they want them to depose them face to face. It's very hard to do this over Zoom because these things could last 7 hours. There's a 7-hour limit. So in order to really get to the bottom of of a deposition, you kind of got to go back and forth. And because of the COVID surge, it's hard to do that right now. And they don't want to do it via Zoom. And it's both sides saying, yeah, please delay this. I think the deadline for depositions was this week. Not I know. It's now been delayed, or they both asked the judge to delay it to February 28th. We'll see what the judge says. Usually when both sides ask for a delay, they say okay, and you'll delay the thing to February 28th. Again, they want to do all 16 Not just that they'll get the 8 done this week, that I think the initial 8 will be done this week, but they got to do 16. And that's why the February 28th date is imperative for both sides. And here's another interesting side note. There's a lot of little news on Ripple today in this case. Ripple's request for privileged SEC documents, their internal discussions and documents, emails about what they were saying about XRP versus Ethereum, why Ethereum was given a break and not XRP. The judge is going to rule on Ripple's request to get those documents. If those documents become public, Liz, exactly why XRP, because part of the case here for XRP and Ripple, why are you holding us, in their words, to a different standard than Ethereum? I know we did certain things. They did almost the same stuff in terms of creating the Ether, the ETH, right? Their cryptocurrency. Mm-hmm. They did an offering, essentially, a digital offering to fund their platform. That's an issue. That's what you're dinging us for, doing it, selling our XRP to fund our platform, and they're thus making it a security. If it's a security, it needs to be registered with the SEC. Ripple, as you know, has not done that. Ethereum has not done that. And, of course, the Bitcoin people, whoever they are, whoever created Bitcoin didn't do it back in the day. But apparently they're giving a pass to Bitcoin, they're giving a pass to Ether, and not XRP. Liz, interesting case.
My friend Satoshi.
Let me tell you something. The crypto world cares big time about this case. This is insane.
And you and Ellie are on it.
Yeah, she did a good job. She did a good job moving XRP. I don't know why it's moving, but over this, but she moved it.
Well, maybe it gives XRP more time. Charlie, great to see you. Thank you very much.
So it's funny that they said that they think that they moved XRP from their reporting today. The reason why XRP moved today is because the whole market moved. The whole market moves in tandem. So it's funny that they're trying to take credit for, XRP going up 4% today. Also, just want to correct Charles Gasparino there. Ethereum had an ICO. They had an initial coin offering, I think back in 2014, 2015, I forget where it was. But they had an ICO, which, the SEC says, is a security offering. And he was trying to say that, Ripple and Ethereum had the same thing. Ripple didn't have an ICO. Ripple had a venture capital funding or something. They had a private funding. They didn't have an ICO. So it's funny how they give Bitcoin and Ethereum a free pass in the last administration for saying that they had an ICO, but then it morphed to be more decentralized, and now it's not a security, and that's why they gave ETH the free pass. But XRP, in the meantime, never had an ICO, and they're going to call XRP, or Ripple didn't have an ICO, and now they're going to call XRP a security. So you can see where it just doesn't make any sense. There's no, it's not a fair playing field, obviously. You're treating, like I was saying before, you're picking winners and losers. You're treating Ethereum, Bitcoin differently than you're treating XRP and any other crypto. So just wanted to show you that video. And then I have one more thing I just wanted to show you. Just to end this video, I just wanted to reiterate this thing. I think it was 2 videos ago I showed you guys this crypto law website where you can, it takes about 15 seconds, guys, to write your Congress people, let them know that the SEC is it needs to be stopped. They can't be regulating by enforcement like this and harming, American innovation. We need to, be leaders in this market in the world. And like in the internet before, we led the world in the internet revolution. With this crypto revolution, America needs to lead the world again, and we're not, because these bankers, obviously, like I said before, Gary Gensler is a Goldman Sachs guy. These guys are trying to stop crypto, and they know they can't, but they're trying to slow it down. But there's other countries that are taking charge. You see the UK, you see Japan, you see Singapore. These countries, Switzerland, these countries are taking over. And we need to, and even China, we need to do something. And the only way we can actually let our voices be heard is contacting our Congress people and letting them know that, this will not stand. So just wanted to put this video out there real quick about the case and what was going on. And hope you guys liked it. Please like and subscribe. Just want to say I am not a financial advisor. Do not take anything I say as financial advice. This is for educational and entertainment purposes only. Thanks, guys. See you on the next one.